Good morning, children. As we studied about the natural resources yesterday, today we are going to discuss about the human and human-made resources. What are the differences of human and human-made resources, and what is the importance of these resources? We know that human resources are the human beings. We are also most important resources on the earth. So here sometimes we know that natural substances become resources only when their original form has been changed. We have to modify. Many of the resources available in the nature and sometimes we are consuming or we can use them directly, which we say these are natural resources which can be used directly. Not all, some of them, but some of these resources we have to make use, we have to transform it into other form, we have to convert it into other form, and its original form has to be changed, then only it becomes useful for us. So we know that iron ore was not a resource until people learned how to extract from it. When we started how to extract this iron ore and we made it for useful for us, we know that we are also using this many iron ore is used for making and this metal and also for the different furniture we make. We can use the natural resources which are available in the nature for making buildings, bridges, roads, machinery and vehicles, which are all known as human made resources. What are the resources available in the nature? We are extracting and we are using it for other purposes. Sometimes we know we need to use technology as human made resource. Technology also is called a human made resource because we know we have to use this technology for making or changing the natural resource into useful resources for human beings. So human resources is another also important resource. We know that people like us use our natural resources to make human made resources. Some of the resources we are making, we know that with the mobile phones which we are using, this is not a natural resource, and we have to use our technology, use our brain and modern technology to invent or this mobile phone. Whatever available, iron ore is available. With the iron ore, using the modern technology and advanced technology, we can make many of the new goods. So when we talk about the human resources, we can say that the number of people or their ability or the quantity of the people or ability and also their ability, mental ability and physical ability of the human beings, when we are utilizing this for useful production of many of the new items, many of the new goods also. So there are different views. People have different qualities also, and some of the scientists, we know that their brain is used for making new products also. So that here people can make the best use of the nature to create more resources when they have the knowledge, skill and technology to do. So that is why the human beings are a special resource. We know that our brain in when we compare with the other animals, they don't use much of their brain, and even the ancient men also, early men also, they did not use their brain properly and they did not have much developed brain also. The modern man has a much developed brain. They are using their brain in order to invent other or more modern the modern facilities for us, or the modern inventions are created here. People are human resources, that's why we are saying we can make use of the talent and skill of the people here. So different varieties of goods they can produce here, and the resources available in the nature also can be transformed into the useful things. We know that for our comfort and convenience we are converting the resources also, improving the quality of the people's skill, and so that they are able to create more resources known as human resource development also. What is called human resource development? We know that while giving the education, better education and training to the people, their talent or skill can be improved. So that with this new training and education or literacy, people can improve their qualities also. Now, very important thing is that when we are utilizing all the natural resources carelessly, what will happen in the future? We are all these goods or the resources available in the nature, we are utilizing or exploiting maximum, so that it will get exhausted in future, it will get over in future. Some of the goods, some of the resources, they are renewable, as we know that it can be replenished and even after consuming several times or continuously also. For example, solar energy and wind energy, it does not get exhausted. But some other goods, some other resources will get over or get exhausted. So what can we do? We have to use them carefully. So sustainable development, we often hear this word, that carefully utilizing the resources, so that besides meeting the requirements of the present, our requirements we can fulfill, and also we have to think about the future generation. The next generation or future generation will not get sufficient resources when we are exploiting and utilizing more and wasting. So sustainable development is something that we have to use the resources carefully after meeting our requirements, or for the present we have to preserve for the future generations also. So using resources carefully and giving them time to renewed or replenished, and this is called resource conservation. Balancing the need to use the resources and also conserve them for the future generation is called the sustainable development. We need development, but we have to take care of the nature, and also we have to think about the future generations. That is called sustainable development. There are many ways of conserving resources. Each person can contribute to reducing the consumption, not using more than our needs, not wasting, recycling and reusing the things also. Many things we can reuse instead of throwing out, and it can be reused, and some of the goods, some of the resources we can recycle also. So when we are following these methods, ultimately it makes a difference, because all our lives are linked together. So that this way, if you are consuming goods using these some of the principles of the sustainable development, we can preserve, or we can also sustainable development can be taken place. The future of our planet, we know that and its people is linked with our ability to maintain and preserve the life support system of nature which provides. So we are living in the nature, and we need to protect our nature so that we can survive. Otherwise in this nature itself, it will be horrible for us to sustain for the future. Therefore it is our duty to ensure that all uses of renewable resources are sustainable, the diversity of life on the earth is conserved, the damage to natural environmental system is minimized. So these we have to follow. Now some of the principles of sustainable developments are there. Respect and care for all forms of life. We need to respect and care for all plants and animals and human beings, everything. Improve the quality of human life and conserve the earth's vitality and diversity. We know that the earth is diverse and it's very important for us. Then we have to conserve all the resources and our nature also. Minimize the depletion of natural resources. Natural resources are depleting or reducing, so that we have to use them minimal. And change personal attitude and practices towards the environment. And the environment is to be protected. That is not only for us, it is for all the human beings, animals and plants. Everything has to survive here. So enable communities to care for their own environment. All the communities living on the earth should be combinedly or together we need to take care to protect our environment, so that sustainable development will be possible and the future generations also can survive easily on the earth. That's all for about this lesson of resources, and tomorrow we will start the next lesson. Thank you.